The world of cryptocurrency is full of surprises. From the early days of Bitcoin to the rise of Ethereum, the landscape of digital currencies has been nothing short of revolutionary. Each new entrant brings with it a wave of innovation, speculation, and sometimes skepticism. Bitcoin started as a fringe experiment. In 2009 it was a novel idea, a decentralized currency that promised to disrupt traditional financial systems. Few could have predicted its meteoric rise from being worth mere cents to reaching thousands of dollars per coin. It was a journey marked by volatility, regulatory challenges, and widespread adoption. Ethereum promised smart contracts and a decentralized future. Launched in 2015, it introduced the concept of programmable money, allowing developers to build decentralized applications on its blockchain. This innovation opened up a world of possibilities from decentralized finance, DeFi, to non-fungible tokens, NFTs, further cementing the role of blockchain technology in the digital age. Now, Pi Network enters the scene with a bold claim, a global consensus value of $314. Launched in 2019 by a team of Stanford graduates, Pi Network aims to make cryptocurrency accessible to everyone. Unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum, which require significant computational power and energy, Pi can be mined on a smartphone, making it more inclusive and environmentally friendly. This ambitious figure has ignited both excitement and skepticism. Enthusiasts see it as the next big thing, a chance to get in early on a potentially lucrative investment. Skeptics, however, question its feasibility, pointing to the challenges of achieving such a high valuation in a market known for its unpredictability. Can a cryptocurrency mined on smartphones truly achieve such a valuation? The idea is intriguing. By lowering the barrier to entry, Pi Network has attracted millions of users worldwide. But the question remains, can this widespread adoption translate into real-world value? This essay delves into the potential of Pi Network, exploring its strengths, weaknesses, and the likelihood of its GCV holding true in the real world. We'll examine the technology behind Pi, its unique approach to mining, and the economic principles that could drive its value. The allure of Pi Network is undeniable. Its user-friendly approach has made it a popular choice, especially in regions where traditional banking services are limited. By simply downloading an app and clicking a button daily, users can mine Pi and contribute to the network's security. Mining Pi requires no specialized hardware or technical expertise. This simplicity is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it democratizes access to cryptocurrency, allowing anyone with a smartphone to participate. On the other hand, it raises questions about the security and scalability of the network. Users simply download an app and contribute to the network security with a daily click. This process, known as proof of participation, is designed to be energy efficient and user-friendly. But how does it compare to the more established proof of work and proof of stake models used by other cryptocurrencies? This accessibility has attracted millions of users worldwide, particularly in emerging economies. In places where access to traditional financial services is limited, Pi Network offers a new way to participate in the global economy. But can this widespread adoption drive the value of Pi to the ambitious $314 mark? But does this translate to real-world value? The answer is not straightforward. The value of any cryptocurrency is influenced by a myriad of factors, from market demand and regulatory environment, to technological advancements and community support. The answer, as with most things in the crypto world, is complex and multifaceted. To understand Pi Network's potential, we must delve into its economic model, the principles of supply and demand, and the role of network effects in driving value. To understand Pi Network's potential, we must first examine its relationship with traditional fiat currencies. How does Pi compare to established forms of money? What are the advantages and disadvantages of using Pi for everyday transactions? And how does it fit into the broader landscape of digital currencies? We'll then assess the factors that could influence its real-world value, from merchant adoption to the pivotal moment of its mainnet launch. The transition from testnet to mainnet is a critical phase for any cryptocurrency, marking its readiness for real-world use. How will Pi Network navigate this transition, and what impact will it have on its value? Finally, we'll explore the role of the Pi community in shaping its destiny. A strong, engaged community can be a powerful driver of value, providing support, spreading awareness, and fostering innovation. How will the Pi community contribute to the network's growth and success? Join us as we embark on this journey to unravel the mystery of Pi Network and its ambitious $314 GCV. Together we'll explore the possibilities, challenges, and potential of this intriguing new player in the world of cryptocurrency. Traditional fiat currencies like the US dollar or the euro derive their value from government backing and central bank policies. These currencies have been the backbone of the global financial system for decades, if not centuries. They are issued by national governments and are considered legal tender for all debts, public and private. The value of these currencies is largely influenced by the economic policies of the issuing country, including interest rates, inflation control, and fiscal policies. Central banks play a crucial role in maintaining the stability of these currencies through various monetary tools and interventions. They are deeply intertwined with existing financial systems. This includes everything from stock markets to banking institutions and even international trade. The infrastructure supporting fiat currencies is vast and complex, involving numerous financial instruments, regulatory bodies, and market participants. This interconnectedness ensures liquidity and trust, making fiat currencies a reliable medium of exchange and store of value. Pi Network, on the other hand, operates on a decentralized blockchain. Unlike fiat currencies, it is not controlled by any single entity or government. Instead, it relies on a distributed ledger technology that ensures transparency and security. Blockchain technology underpins Pi Network, enabling peer-to-peer transactions without the need for intermediaries. This decentralization is a fundamental shift from traditional financial systems, aiming to democratize access to financial services. It seeks to create a new economic paradigm, one where value is determined by the community and its use cases. The Pi Network's value proposition lies in its ability to harness the collective power of its user base. By engaging a global community, Pi aims to build a decentralized economy where users can transact, trade, and create value in a trustless environment. This community-driven approach is designed to foster innovation and inclusivity, making financial services accessible to everyone. Comparing Pi to fiat currencies is like comparing apples to oranges. While both serve as mediums of exchange, their underlying principles and mechanisms are vastly different. Fiat currencies are backed by governmental authority and economic policies, whereas Pi is backed by cryptographic algorithms and community consensus. This fundamental difference makes direct comparisons challenging, as each operates within its own unique framework and set of rules. They have different origins, different underlying mechanisms, and potentially very different futures. Fiat currencies have a long history rooted in traditional economic theories and practices. In contrast, Pi Network represents a new frontier in digital finance, leveraging cutting-edge technology to create a decentralized financial ecosystem. The future of fiat currencies will likely continue to be shaped by geopolitical events and economic policies, while the future of Pi Network will depend on technological advancements and community adoption. Fiat currencies are subject to inflation, manipulation, and geopolitical turmoil. These factors can erode the value of fiat money over time, leading to economic instability and loss of purchasing power. Central banks and governments often intervene to stabilize their currencies, but these interventions can sometimes lead to unintended consequences. Inflation in particular is a persistent issue that affects the cost of living and savings. Pi Network aims to offer a more transparent, equitable, and accessible alternative. By leveraging blockchain technology, Pi seeks to eliminate the need for intermediaries, reducing transaction costs and increasing efficiency. The goal is to create a financial system that is open to everyone, regardless of their geographic location or economic status. This vision of inclusivity and transparency is at the heart of Pi Network's mission. However, this ambition comes with its own set of challenges. Building a decentralized network that is secure, scalable, and user-friendly is no small feat. There are technical hurdles to overcome, such as ensuring the integrity of the blockchain and preventing malicious attacks. Additionally, gaining widespread adoption requires educating users and building trust within the community. These challenges must be addressed for Pi Network to realize its full potential. For Pi to succeed, it needs to build a robust ecosystem where its token has real utility. This involves creating a network of merchants who accept Pi as a form of payment, developing applications that leverage Pi for various use cases, and integrating Pi into existing financial systems. The success of Pi Network will depend on its ability to demonstrate tangible value and practical benefits to its users. This means fostering merchant adoption, developing practical applications, and demonstrating tangible value beyond speculation. By creating real-world use cases and building a vibrant ecosystem, Pi Network can establish itself as a viable alternative to traditional financial systems. The journey ahead is challenging, but with a committed community and a clear vision, Pi Network has the potential to revolutionize the way we think about money and value. The $314 GCV is a point of contention within and outside the Pi Network community. Proponents argue that it reflects the network's massive user base and future potential. Critics dismiss it as arbitrary and disconnected from market realities. So, is $314 a fair price for Pi? The truth is, it's still too early to tell. The cryptocurrency market is notoriously volatile, driven by speculation, hype, and technological advancements. Pi Network, as a relatively new entrant, is particularly susceptible to these fluctuations. Several factors will ultimately determine Pi's real-world value: the success of its mainnet launch, the development of its ecosystem, and its ability to attract users and investors beyond its current base. Merchant adoption is crucial for any cryptocurrency aiming for mainstream relevance. Without the support of merchants, even the most innovative digital currencies can struggle to gain traction in the real world. The ability to use cryptocurrency for everyday transactions is what will ultimately determine its success or failure. If people can't use Pi to buy goods and services, its utility remains limited. This limitation can hinder its growth and prevent it from becoming a viable alternative to traditional currencies. The real test for Pi will be whether it can break into the mainstream market and be accepted by a wide range of merchants. But would merchants accept Pi at its proposed $314 GCV? This is a significant question because the perceived value of Pi will influence its acceptance. Merchants need to be convinced that the GCV is not just a speculative figure, but a realistic valuation that can be trusted. The answer is likely nuanced. While some merchants may be open to the idea, others may be more skeptical. The decision to accept Pi will depend on various factors, including the stability of its value, the ease of transaction, and the overall demand from customers. Early adopters and businesses operating within the Pi ecosystem might embrace the GCV, especially if it aligns with their belief in the project's long-term potential. These early supporters are often more willing to take risks and experiment with new technologies, which can help drive initial adoption. However, wider acceptance hinges on several factors. For Pi to be widely accepted, it must address the concerns of a broader audience. This includes not only the merchants but also the customers who will be using Pi for their purchases. Firstly, price stability is key. Cryptocurrencies are known for their volatility, and this can be a major deterrent for merchants. They need to know that the value of Pi won't fluctuate wildly, eroding their profits and making it difficult to manage their finances. Merchants need assurance that the value of Pi won't fluctuate wildly, eroding their profits. Stability and value is crucial for planning and budgeting, and without it, merchants may be reluctant to accept Pi as a form of payment. Secondly, ease of use and integration with existing payment systems are crucial. Merchants are more likely to adopt Pi if it can be seamlessly integrated into their current point-of-sale systems, without requiring significant changes or additional costs. Finally, a critical mass of users transacting in Pi is essential to incentivize merchant adoption. The more people who use Pi, the more attractive it becomes for merchants to accept it. This creates a positive feedback loop, where increased usage leads to greater acceptance and vice versa.